So the question for today is, why does life suck so much, especially if you're an INTP like me? I'm pretty sure that at some point in everybody's life, they're questioning everything and, life is shit and why is everything so difficult? So it's not like uniquely an INTP thing. Everybody probably has it at some point in their life. But I'm just wondering, and this is not the first time, why specifically in my life I do have a feeling like, why does it never work out? Why are there like so many things coming into my way and like everything is like thrown up again and everything is going down to the shits and nothing is working out? And I have to say that in regards to the INTP, this is a still quite new thing for me. So I have done the test about 2 or 3 months ago, so I know about for that kind of time frame that I am an INTP. And before that, I had no idea about it. I have never heard of MBTI or all the personalities or anything about it. I've just seen someone who did a test, and I thought, oh well, let's do the test as well because it's always great to know a bit more about yourself and get a better understanding and all the kind of gist. So yeah, I did the test. Result INTP, and I had no idea about what it actually entails. What does it mean? Whatever. So I did a bit of research and watched videos and everything about it. And I think the first 4 or 2 videos I was just like crying of laughter because I thought, mate, this is like so on point, down to the T how I am in a lot of things. And obviously, not every INTP is the same. There are a lot of things that do play into that kind of role, like how you grew up, the upbringing in general, the country where you're coming from, everything plays into it. But this in itself at least gives you a bit of an idea. It gives you a bit of a foundation, like how you tick, how you work, what influences it. And for me, that was a bit of an epiphany because I always thought, okay, great. I'm like the outsider, I'm the odd one out, I'm completely different than everybody else. My working is completely different. Nobody understands me. Why is that? Why do I have to be so different? And after that, it was kind of nice to actually realize, well, yes, but there are actually other people who are ticking like you do. So it's not like that far fetched. But apparently, there are just like not a lot of them out there. So it was still kind of nice. Okay, I can now at least put a tag on it and I can understand myself better, and it would also help other people to understand myself better. So with this, it was really nice to get an idea of, okay, you're a bit more like on the thinking kind of things, like analyzing stuff and that, and the emotional baggage is not really, we just leave it there. And that's how I always have operated, actually. So every time things came up, especially relationship kind of stuff, which I'm not very into. So I don't really have the whole, I need to be in a relationship kind of stuff. That's not really my thing. But every time that kind of topic came up, everybody was like, yeah, and this and that. And I was like, well, I'm a bit more of a logical person. I'm not very emotionally driven. I'm logically driven. And I always said that, even though I didn't know that that is actually something specific to an INTP. And now that I know that it is, it's like kind of a relief. But it also did show me why a lot of the things in my life kind of went in a way they did because of it. Especially the kind of INTPs are not very prone to go far in their career. They procrastinate a lot. They are not very, they're not going to have a lot of wealth in their life. And these kind of things, which in my case is actually true. Although I have to say I'm very driven in these kind of things, but a lot of things are like, I'm not really someone who's like, okay, I need to have a career. I need to like, I don't need to be the best and need to be like awesome and very out loud and all the kind of stuff. That's not really how I am. So that's actually really true. And I procrastinate a lot. Um, I mean, I still got in a sense kind of far in my life, but still it's like I'm procrastinating a lot. And I probably could have done with my life a lot more if I wouldn't. And also, I don't really am someone who like would suck a dick just to get somewhere. Just yeah, to say it in that kind of way, because that's the only thing I can come up with. So I'm not really someone who would like change the way they act or behave or anything just to get somewhere. That's not really how I operate. It's like it's either that or it's nothing. So that's obviously not really helping in the society we are living here now, because obviously everything is about being extroverted. Even if you are the biggest idiot, as long as you are the loudest, you will get somewhere, which is kind of, I don't get it. It's like, mate, why? Why wouldn't you want to have someone who actually knows what they are doing or what is expected, or, would be able to help, instead of someone just because they have a really big mouth? But yeah, that's a different kind of topic, I think. But yeah, so with that taken into account, why does our life suck so much? And I just had that kind of question because right now I'm again at a point where I'm just questioning everything. And I'm also now at a point where, you get at a certain age. I mean, I've questioned everything when I was 20, so it's not really a new thing, but still, you're getting to a point where it's like, where's I don't have time. Which apparently is also an INTP issue. Time anxiety, existential crisis, and all the kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, so time is a really big issue that's coming up as well, where I'm like, well, there are so many things I still want to do. I still want to learn so many things. I want to still experience so many things. But life, in a way, is getting in the way, and time is in a way running out. I mean, obviously, I'm not like 80, and it's kind of, but still, there is that kind of thought, okay, the time is very limited. And there are still so many things I want to achieve and I want to do and see, and, you know, and they don't really correlate anymore. Um, I mean, I still do have a lot of time and probably can do a lot of things. But then, the societal norms are coming into account as well. Like, you need to have a job, you need to have achieved something, you need to have like a house and kids and family and all the kind of stuff. And what I found is like, I mean, first of all, I'm not really someone who's bothered by it. I don't think that you need to have kids to feel accomplished or to have achieved something in life. I personally think it's actually the opposite. And I also don't define myself by having a partner, because a partner for me is someone who should enhance yourself, meaning they shouldn't be there to be like the one that gives you life and meaning and purpose. It's a bit more like they should be there to enhance what you have already. So they shouldn't be there to, make you happy or these kind of things, because it's impossible. You can just make yourself happy, nobody else can. But it's nice to share your happiness with someone, or to share if you're sad or worried, or if something is bothering you. But it shouldn't be about, well, just defining that. And I'm just coming now from a female perspective. It might be a bit different if you're a male, but if you're a female, that's most of the time how it works. You're getting in a relationship because it's the man, and the man is like it's again a different topic for a different video probably. So that is the thing. So how society basically nowadays work is either you decide to go down the road of family. So basically you find yourself a partner, you get married, kids, house, dog, that kind of stuff. Or you decide to have a career. So basically you leave all that kind of stuff behind and decide to, okay, I'm just focusing on career. I'm just like, all my time is just going to be going into that, like to grind and bring the hours in and, you know, stepping up the ladder and all that kind of stuff. And that's how we grow up nowadays. And the issue for myself, I actually come from that kind of side. So I have been brought up a bit more about like the kind of thing, you know, there is nothing that we can give you except for like education and work and these kind of things. So I personally grew up a bit more on the kind of side, okay, more career driven, security, earning money and that kind of thing. So I was not really growing up in the kind of sense of, oh, well, you know, time is running. By that kind of age, you need to have like 5 kids and 20 dogs and that. So that was not something that I grew up with, which I'm very thankful for. Because for my personality as an INTP already, I'm not very into that kind of emotional stuff. So I'm not really into this whole, yeah, so no, that's not really mine. So I was always more focused on the career kind of thing. But then the other issue as an INTP is that most of the time we are focusing on something, we are getting good at it, we're doing it, and then we're getting bored of it. And also an issue is because we always think that we know better than everybody else. I don't want to listen to what that person is saying because they're an idiot. Which unfortunately is actually most of the time true. Yeah, so I had a lot of situations where I had line managers, supervisors, these kind of things, people who were on paper above me and basically had to tell me what I need to do, but they were complete idiots. And I can deal with that for a certain amount of time, and then it's like, life is too precious for that, so you basically quit and try to find something else. So that's basically how my life went. And there were a lot of other things that obviously played into that as well. Things like life happenings and all of that that had a big impact on how I decided my life. But that's basically how it went. So I then obviously went to university and all of these kind of things. And there's a lot of things I can say about university nowadays as well. But I did that, so got my degree and all that kind of stuff. So what a normal person then would do is they would take that degree and they would find a job to actually work with that kind of degree. But what I found is like, great, I do have the degree, but I actually don't want to work in that kind of environment or in that kind of field or whatever. Because I've done that. So I have studied it. It's something I was interested in, so I studied it. I got like everything out of it, and now it's basically done and dusted. And I'm like, okay, let's do something else. You know, something new, something where you can learn, that you can analyze and can research and that kind of stuff, which technically is good and nice and all of that if you don't have to worry about money. And as probably everybody knows, we nowadays just work on money. We don't have any other values. There's nothing else that's of importance. Unfortunately, it's just about money. So it doesn't really matter if you need to pay rent, you need to pay groceries, you need to pay to get from A to B. It doesn't matter if you have a car or if you need to use public transport. You need money for that. If you want to go out somewhere, if you want to learn something, I don't know, if you want to learn an instrument or if you want to learn how to dance or a language or whatever it is, you need money. Nobody on this planet will do anything for free anymore, even if it's a friend. Everybody nowadays wants money. So it's kind of difficult to have that kind of attitude where you're like, I want to experience things, I want to have different things and all of that. Then also have to live with the fact that you probably have to listen to people that are, as I said, on paper above you, but are complete idiots. And you still have to do it. You still have to work those shitty jobs. And you will also not get any further because of your characteristics, which I found a lot of the time as well. Because in jobs, if you're good at it, people will know it, obviously. But that doesn't matter. It's just about being the loudest person in the room. So if you're not someone who's very vocal, if you're not someone who's like very outspoken, who is very in your face, you probably won't make it in this society. And it's kind of disappointing to know that, because if you know that you're good at it, and it's just a question of that you're being introverted, meaning that you're more the quiet one. Obviously, you're more the person who is thinking about things, who is not like talking for talking, but, you know, seeing not really a sense in talking if it's not needed. And yeah, so you're not going to get any further in life, unfortunately. And that's where I came with that question, like, why must life be so shit? Why does it suck so much if you're not one of those extroverted, not very much thinking, most of the time taking ideas from other people and just selling them as your own ideas, and then, you know, getting all these kind of positions and earning a lot of money and just wasting that kind of money for absolute useless crap, where I'm like, dude, if I had that kind of money, I would have learned so much by now. But, you know, that's how life is, unfortunately. So I'm now at the point again where I'm just thinking, well, that's the situation. I know what I need to do to actually like change things, but I can't change them because of the construct our society works at the moment. So, you know, you still have to do this sucky job. You still have to go and do it in order to earn a bit of money and then to make the changes, and all of that. Obviously, I was thinking about, I'm still waiting for it. You know, a couple of you are probably going to say now, oh, you know, just change the job and do, I don't know what you've studied. Yes, I could do that, but it would not make me happy, is it? And then we have the other question again of time. Time is limited, and I've already wasted my life up until now with so many things where I'm like, why? For what? You know, it at the end of the day, it did not really give me anything back. I mean, obviously I've learned a lot of things through different things I've done, like different jobs, people I've met, and all of that, but it did not really fulfill the need for me to figure things out, to analyze them, to find solutions for it, to make it like work better, to make it easier, and all of these kind of things. Because even if you have all of that, if you have something, oh yeah, that's a problem, you know, we analyze it, okay, that's a solution, it's a pretty easy solution, but then you are in a position again where nobody is listening to you, and then, you know, nobody is doing anything. So it's like very disappointing as well, where you like have all the potential, but nobody is like actually giving you the chance to fulfill that kind of potential. And yeah, I mean, it's obviously not only that, it's obviously also my characteristic of I like to do new things every 5 minutes, basically. To like have the kind of challenge to see new things, to learn new things, to do new things. But coming back basically to the initial thought of I had about like, okay, so if I decide to go one direction, career, and not the other direction, like family, but with my inclination as an INTP to be like very procrastinating and very like, you know, analyzing the shit of things, making a plan, you know, building all the blocks and everything, but never like actually putting them into action. So I'm still basically there. So I have not achieved anything through it, or more because of it. So then you are like questioning, okay, if as an INTP basically, emotionally wise, having a partner and relationships and that kind of stuff is not important for me. So that kind of half falls out. But then also because being an INTP, having these kind of characteristics of procrastinating, of like not really achieving career, being introverted and all that kind of stuff, you're not going to get far in like the business kind of world as well. So not really having a lot of money and, you know, that kind of stuff, not really having the drive, being an ass just to get more money. So then it's a bit like, it's like kind of shit, isn't it? And that's then where I'm just wondering, why does life suck so much as an INTP? Because, you know, there is a saying basically that if you are good at gambling, you're probably not going to be good at love. But if you're good at love, you're probably going to be shit at gambling. You know, meaning that you at least get one of it. So either you will have like a career, a lot of money, being very successful, having achieved, you know, the kind of career dream. Or if that is not yours, you will go in the direction of, okay, family, you know, partner, dog, house, that kind of stuff. So you will have your achievement through that. But basically, as an INTP, you are prone to fail at both of it. So basically, life sucks full on 100%. What is that? I mean, it's like, who made that deal? And can I change that? Hello? Yeah, so that's why I was thinking about, okay, why is it so difficult? Why can't it be a lot easier? Why can't it be a bit more? Yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to get out. I wanted to talk about why apparently we get the short end of the deal. Not being like emotionally available to achieve like the family kind of thing, or that kind of driven and ruthless and stupid in a way to actually go the career business kind of route. I mean, obviously that's not going to be for everyone. You know, there are a lot of people, INTPs, who are accomplished, who obviously have a good job, have a career, money, or they have like family and that kind of stuff, which also has a lot of negativity in these kind of things, because you always have to make some kind, you know, there's always a bit of a downfall. But if you're like in a situation like me, where you basically, as I said, get the short end of both of it, then yeah, it's a bit like, well, life really sucks. It's yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to get it out. I probably will do a lot of analyzing and thinking and research and all of that kind of stuff to figure out what my next steps should be. But yeah, that was basically what I wanted to get out and off my shoulders and put out in the world. And maybe there are people who can identify with it. And yeah, that's basically it. And I hope it helped you in a way. So yeah, have a good day then.